In this video, I'm going to show you why BMWs do not actually cost that much to own and they could be pretty reliable. First things first, when a lot of people complain about BMWs being expensive to maintain, they are complaining about BMW Service Centers. And yes, BMW Service Centers do charge a BMW premium. You do not actually need to do your service at BMW after your free service and warranty is over. So let's get that out of the way. So let me tell you why BMWs are not expensive to maintain. First of all, there's a lot of complaint about these cars that as they age, they will start to lose their reliability, and I agree. I 100% agree with you, because if you are already a viewer of this channel, you would already know that I've been through a lot of with this car, and it's not even funny at this point. It's just a whole mess. But let me tell you how you can prevent that and how you can save a lot of money owning these cars. First of all, a lot of dealers recommend that you can change your oil every 10 to 15,000 miles, and there is absolutely no reason for you to do that. Doing that, you're saving a little bit of money, but you're gonna lose a lot of money down the line, and you're gonna shorten the lifespan of your car by a lot. Now, why is engine oil such a big deal? First of all, engine oil will lubricate your engine's moving parts, and that means that your engine's moving parts will not grind against each other when the pistons and the crankshaft and stuff are... Bro, that is so wrong, bro. Second of all, engine oil will reduce the heat. It will actually help cool down the engine. Third of all, the engine oil will help clean out your engine. It will clean out all the dirt and debris and contaminants away from your engine's most crucial components. So, and lastly, the engine oil will help seal the gaps in the piston rings and the cylinder walls, and that would help the combustion and the gases not to escape, so that it wouldn't reduce your engine's performance. So if you don't change your oil regularly, your engine components won't be lubed up, engine will overheat, it will be dirty and contaminated, and the efficiency of your car will go down over time. So that's why you should change your oil regularly and use good quality oil. If the oil is too dirty, it will not lubricate your engine very well, your engine will overheat, your car will start consuming oil, and your moving parts will wear out faster, and in some cases it can even cause your oil filter to collapse. And that's why a lot of these cars are deemed unreliable, because a lot of people neglect their service to save a few bucks, and then later on when the problem comes up, they'll just say, oh, BMWs are unreliable. Honestly, even if you neglect a Toyota, it's not gonna be reliable. But regular maintenance and parts are not actually that expensive. For example, BMW does not make their own engine oil, so you don't need BMW engine oil in your car, as long as you use a high quality oil with a correct spec. By the way, if you want a full guide of how to service and maintain your car, you can click the link up here. The next point is, within the first 5 years or however long BMW offers you your free service, they don't actually do everything. For example, your transmission fluid and your axle fluid, because they claim that it's lifetime fill. And their lifetime fill means lifetime of the transmission, which would not last very long if you never change its oil. So change your transmission fluid and your diff fluid. Now you might tell me, why does BMW you keep using plastic parts in its engine? Because plastics tend to break. Why don't they use aluminum parts? Like I have over here, upgraded aluminum charge pipe and boost pipes. Now let me tell you something, BMW is not stupid. They know that plastics tend to fail. A lot of people complain that it's because BMW wants to save money, but I want to tell you about my own experience and my own take on it. As someone who has experienced a broken charge pipe and has upgraded to aluminum charge pipes, engines do not just sit in your engine bay and just not make any movements. Engines are moving all the time, even if you don't feel it inside the car. As you rev the car, as you go through bumps, as you're driving the car, the engine is constantly moving inside your engine bay. So these pipes are also moving. Plastics also tend to be able to move around a little bit and play around. Guess what? Aluminum doesn't move. Aluminum is fixed, aluminum is hard. And there's a good thing and a bad thing. Aluminum is very strong and it doesn't move or it doesn't crack. Engines are moving all the time, and if the pipe doesn't move, it doesn't really work, does it? So I've seen a lot of charge pipes and boost pipes that full aluminum, they tend to cause a lot of issues because of that. What I got, FTP Motorsport charge pipe and boost pipe set, they have this rubber piece in the middle that will help absorb some of the movements of the engine. And if you're gonna upgrade, I would suggest you get one of these. I've had the experience twice, not once, twice, that this rubber just came off and I still got stranded on the middle of the road, and it's no different for me than a plastic BMW part. And there's another point that if you're not gonna tune your car like I haven't, you don't really need anything more than the plastic parts that the BMW is offering you, because they're being well tested. Another point is, a lot of times in these cars, your water hoses or your air hoses or stuff like that will go. And that is something that you cannot do anything about. They will either break or get rust or mold or whatever. And my only advice to you is, if that happens to one pipe, just change them all. It's time, because as one starts to go, it's normally a sign that the rest are about to go soon, and you don't want to experience multiple visits to the workshop, so just change them all together. It's just common sense and normal practice. Don't be a cheap ass. Now I have a question from you. Do you actually warm up your engine before you start driving in the morning? Now I see a lot of people in my building that they will get into their Mercedes or BMW or whatever. It doesn't matter what car, and they will switch on the ignition in the morning and they will immediately rush out of the house to work or to wherever they are going. That is one of the worst things you can do to an engine. I don't even care what car you drive. Why would you do that? Imagine, as a human being, do you open your eyes in the morning and immediately get out of the bed and go for a run like 5 seconds after you open your eyes?
Why the fuck am I doing this shit? I'm good.
So why would you do that to a car? Engines are made up of metal, plastic, oil, and stuff like that. Those are all elements of the periodic table that we all didn't study when we were in school. Let me tell you something.
Let me tell you something!
Engines have an operating temperature that they need to be operated at. When they get into temperature, they tend to expand. The oil viscosity changes and the oil gets spread out through the engine since it's been sitting down there all night. A few things happen when you immediately rev off. Oil is not well distributed in your engine. Second of all, your engine tends to wear out because of the points that we discussed just now. Third of all, because not everything is not at their operating temperature, they don't tend to work really well together. Granted, modern cars deal with this a lot better, but still, if you can go to a coffee shop or a restaurant and sit there with your friends to talk for 5 hours and waste your time, you would have 1 or 2 minutes in the morning to let your car warm up properly before you drive off. My next question is, do you actually let your car cool down before you shut it off? BMWs, like most other cars nowadays, they are turbocharged, which means they generate a lot more heat in exchange for more performance and better efficiency. So whenever you're driving the car really hard or you're on the highway and your engine temperature goes high, do not just pull over to your garage and shut the car off and go do whatever you want. It's good practice to let your turbocharged car to sit down for at least 30 seconds to 1 minute in order for the engine components to cool down, in order for the oil to cool down. What happens when you immediately shut the car off? You're letting hot oil sit inside your engine and turbo, and it will destroy your gaskets, your seals, your bearings, your valve guides, your valve cover gaskets. All of that will be destroyed. What happens then? You will start leaking oil. What are BMWs known for? Leaking oil. I think the better question to ask over here is, what are BMW drivers known for? Right? Right? I'm not getting applauded by anyone.
Hey.
Hey.
Applause.
Applause. Put an applause for here.
That's what I'm doing.
And another thing is, these cars are slowly turning into iPhones. So they are not cars anymore. They have a lot of tech and sensors, and a lot of us car guys don't really appreciate, but there's nothing we can do about them. For the past, like, I don't know however long that these cars have all these sensors and stuff, I would suggest you guys to clean out your sensors, like your O2 sensor and your air mass sensors. Those are two that I've had issues with this car. After cleaning them, the car runs so much better. Bro, can you fix my car?
Can go. Sure.
Thank you. If you overheat for any reason, maybe your fan belt breaks, your water pump fails, your radiator fails, anything like that, do not drive the car anymore. Now, don't be like, oh, my house is like 5 kilometers away, oh, I need to get there as soon as possible. No, because these engines are made from aluminum. If you overheat them for any reason, it's a guaranteed way to destroy your engine. So just tow the car to the workshop if you overheat for any reason. At the end of the day, do not buy a car that you cannot afford to maintain. Always do your research and know what you're getting into. Just like I'm not gonna go there and buy a used Bentley right now.
I just bought a $200,000 Bentley for the price of a used Honda Civic.
I definitely can't afford to maintain one. So be smart.
Your car is fixed, bro.
Thanks, bro. That was fast. The engine's most Third of all, the engine oil. Dude, we are trying to film. Man, people are so irresponsible.
Do not look back.
Oh my God, bro. That's daily driven exotics. Damon Fryer right there. Connected to it because wow, that was a very loud and fast car.